Hi, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Wednesday. Legends of Rock, Episode 2. This time, very short lifespan, but the impact he had on music was amazing. And almost 70 years later, it's still just as relevant, still as much fun to listen to, still some great tunes, and we're talking about Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly, early days, he was the opening act for Elvis. I mean, he was destined for fame. Died at 22. Major contributions to rock and roll in a short lifetime was a quote. And that's true. I mean, hard to believe he did all this before he was even 23 years old. Often regarded as the artist who defined the traditional rock and roll lineup. 2 guitars, bass, and drums. He's cited by a number of artists being a great influence for them. And I jotted some down because there's just too many to mention. Major influence on people like Bob Dylan, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Clapton, the Hollies, Elvis Costello, Dave Edmunds, Elton John, people we've talked about on the show over the last few years, and all of them come back to how much Buddy Holly influenced them in music, in their styles sometimes, in their performances, that he was just that much of a major influence. Rolling Stone named him number 13 in the 100 greatest artists of all time. We've got a thing here I found funny. It said the Beatles were strongly influenced by him. I didn't know this. Maybe some of you did. If you didn't, this is a bit of a shocker to me that Paul McCartney owns the publishing rights for all of Buddy Holly's songbook. Who would have known that? And Springsteen, during an interview in Rolling Stone, once told them that he listened to Buddy Holly every night before he went on stage. It just got him in the right space. So really, this guy has had a big impact on the music we hear. And again, you figure this is back in the 60s or 50s, almost 70 years ago, and this stuff is still great music. So the album I have in my collection is digital download, of course. It's the Buddy Holly collection. Don't have a lot of information on who's playing on it because, again, it's a digital download. And taken from a lot of different eras. Some songs with the Crickets, some songs without. But there are 50 tunes on here. I mean, it's a long list. I'm going to go through, I'll give you some of them, but you can look at them online and find out there's just so many songs and so many great hits and so many songs that other artists have covered just because they are great tunes. We've got Down the Line, Holly Hop, Night Shift, Baby Won't You Come Out Tonight, Changing All Those Changes. There's a big one, right? I'm going to Set My Foot Down, Girl on My Mind, Brown-Eyed Handsome Man, That'll Be the Day. I mean, mega hit there. Linda Ronstadt as well, don't forget. Words of Love, Not Fade Away, Every Day, Tell Me How, Ready Teddy, Oh Boy, It's Too Late, Peggy Sue, Look at Me. And when I say too late, Oh Boy and songs like Not Fade Away, think of Grateful Dead too. They often covered some of Buddy Holly's tunes. Rock Me Baby, You're So Square, Baby I Don't Care. Rave On, Early in the Morning. True Love Ways, Doesn't Matter Anymore. Peggy Sue Got Married, kind of a sequel to the original Peggy Sue. Learning the Game and What to Do. And again, I've just touched on a few of them going through there. There's 50 tunes on this album. All kinds of records to pick from. I like this one because it crossed a lot of boundaries from early days to some things that really hadn't been released. And it included a lot of the tunes that I really liked. And it was great to find some new ones. I mean, with 50 tunes, sure, I was familiar with the radio play or what I'd heard other artists record, but to get the extra 50 to explore, that was A1. Streaming networks, absolutely on the streaming networks. Digital downloads, yeah, that's where I got mine. Hard copies, I'm going to say yes. Don't forget YouTube. Lots of places to check it out. And if you're back from my area, Buddy Holly's not a new name. If you're a younger viewer, you may not have heard of him. Go back and check some of these things out. I mean, it's some great rock and roll from the 50s, and it really set the style for what was to come. And again, to me, it's just as much fun now as it would have been almost 70 years ago. So that's it for Wednesday. We're looking at the music of Buddy Holly. Check it out. Won't be disappointed. Hey, the week's half over. Hang in there. Crank up the tunes. We'll see you on Friday. Till then, everybody, take care. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.